See what happens in game 3. Now, game 2 here on the anniversary of Roy Halladay throwing a no-hitter in the playoffs.
Chooch.
His son's throwing to Carlos Ruiz, Chooch. And we saw some great pitching in this one. Snell on fire early, Pedro.
Yeah, I was really impressed. I thought Ohtani pitched well, but man, Blake Snell is like in mid-season form and nice and fresh. Great news for the Dodgers.
Scary first inning for Luzardo, and then he went crazy. Get this. Tonight was just the second game in MLB postseason history that both starters allowed 1 hit or less through 6 innings.
I told you he was going to pitch the game of his life.
But it all changed in the 7th inning, Curtis, like it always seems to with the Dodgers.
There's just so many bats there, you know, one MVP after another MVP, and you just give them opportunities. Eventually, somebody's going to get a hit. The thing is, they strung those hits together in the 7th inning like they were able to do tonight.
Luzardo's night would end with 6 innings pitched and 5 Ks. A broken bat for Kike, scores Teoscar. It was the Hernandez brothers at it yet again, J-Roll.
Yeah, you know, that's one of those plays. Look, it's a tough play. You're coming in. You know you got to make the throw to get the guy. But as a shortstop, you have to make that throw up the line.
Right.
Give the catcher a chance to catch the ball and block him off the plate, or at least make a good tag without reaching back across.
It just feels wrong that Will Smith is doing damage in Philadelphia.
He's from West Philly, huh?
That's what I thought, born and raised. But today he knocks it through. It would then become 4-0 as the Dodgers were pouring it on. We came down here, Curtis. We thought it was over. And then they brought us back in.
It's not over till it's over. Get runners on, cause a little pressure. Anything could happen. And we thought we might see it happen as this is getting now down to a 1-run lead.
Castellanos called safe there on what many believe was questionable base running. And then you could raise this question again. Bryson Stott lays down the bunt, thrown out at third.
I see nothing wrong with that play. I mean, you might get mad trying to play for the tie, but you're at home. You have to win a ball game. Put yourself in position. If we tie this game here, we can possibly go to extras.
And this heart was in our throats. The skip throw there to Freeman. He digs it out. He gets the out, and the Dodgers win both games in Philadelphia. The Dodgers have now won 9 in a row. That top of the lineup for the Phillies, including Kyle Schwarber, who is now 0 for his last 21 with 13 Ks. They can't get it done. The comeback falls short, and the Dodgers have been showing grit. Just ask Blake Snell.
What can you say about the grit of the team? Just that pick by Freddie, the bunt defense. Will's playing with a broken hand.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable. And then Muncy on the bunt to go 3 as well. I mean, what a wild inning, but to play here, get 2 wins in this environment is special, and the team's clicking right now. It's a lot of fun.
It was an impromptu play that I just told Mookie, you know Stott's going to bunt. He's a good bunter, and so let's just run a wheel play. Those guys executed it to perfection. And for me, that was our only chance really to win that game in that moment.
I love the fight in the 8th and 9th inning. They fought like hell, and hopefully that carries over into Wednesday. But this is a resilient group. Our backs are against the wall. You just got to come out fighting.
Yeah, does it suck that we didn't get a win here? Absolutely. But now we have to go out there. We have to focus on one game at a time. There's no looking ahead, right? We want to make a fight back home here in Philly, because we're going to be coming back some point and make it worth something.
All right, so we're out here because we're going to break down the bunt, which seemed like the pivotal moment in the game. But first, we got to talk about Blake Snell. Held the first 13 batters hitless. What did you see from his stuff tonight?
I saw the typical Blake Snell when he's healthy, when he's on. And unfortunate for the Phillies, this is a guy that's very deceiving. Has outstanding stuff, was mixing in his pitches. And I think he learned something from Ohtani, because I saw him take pretty much the same approach against some of the same guys.
Attacking the strike zone?
Attacking the strike zone in certain areas. This is a good example right here on Turner. A lot of changeup on Schwarber. Start him off inside, finish him late on the outside part of the plate. That's what Ohtani was doing. And with breaking stuff. He was really executing today. A guy, like I said, over the top, really deceiving, hard to center. And Philadelphia did not do a good job of putting the balls in play against a guy that's normally tough. And then you strike out that many times, 24 times, I think it was, that they struck out. in the last two games. That's way too many strikeouts. You can never overcome that against a good team like the Dodgers, and especially having guys like Blake Snell do what he did tonight.
Heading into that ninth inning, batters 2 through 6 for the Phillies. So this is Schwarber, Harper, Bohm, Real Muto, and Castellanos. 0 for 15 with 5 Ks. Now, the ninth inning, they came alive. So let's check out tonight's all-heart moment presented by Thrivent, because it's the one that everyone's been talking about. Philly started off going single, double, double, shows a bunt. Jimmy, what are you seeing here?
Well, what should happen is that on that first pitch, Castellanos
well, what's this play where the second and short?
So the will play means we're giving up second base.
Right.
We're going to take our chance and get the out at third. Worst case scenario, he's safe. We get the out at first.
Gotcha.
But as a base runner, you have to see what's going on. Mookie isn't really holding him on. He's just kind of standing right there behind him. And what I didn't like about his lead is Castellanos went straight out. You're always taught at second base, when you take your lead, you walk towards the shortstop.
Because it looked like Mookie's in a dead sprint.
Right. And you're almost at that position, he can feel Mookie, he can hear Mookie. When Mookie moves, you move with him. But remember, there's no force play. There's no force play at third.
He's got to tag you at third.
He has to tag you at third. So they're giving up second base. That means I can get as far as I can because no one's going to be at second base for a back pick.
I can always turn around and run
always get back. He didn't do that. He was just kind of sitting there almost like there was no game plan. Like what to do. If I can read this bunt and it's short, I can always and it's short and I can get there, I can go.
Right.
If not, I can go back. I can dictate a lot of things as a runner. If I take this lead as I'm coming back, Curtis is there, he's holding me on. Okay, perfect. The bag is here. They can't pick me off. Third base coach is watching the second baseman. I have my eyes on him because he's probably already away from me because he has to get the first.
Right.
So I'm going to walk back, and I want to see exactly where Curtis is. If there's a pick, two things. He's going to have to go around me, and I can just cut him off right here. Because if he bumps me, I get the advance to third. But also, as the play goes on, if I'm here, I'm standing here, I'm not worried about the pick at second. As Mookie is hitting there and the pitcher lifts his leg, I can see the ball in the strike zone. I have to anticipate he's going to bunt that pitch. And with no one at second base, I can get down as far as I can. The catcher is not going to run back and try to get me at second base. So as Mookie starts to take off and he goes, I'm going right there with him as fast as I can, as far as I can, because I do want to get to third. But if I see that Mookie's 4 or 5 steps ahead of me, I can hit on the brakes. They're going to yell third because that's what it looks like I'm doing.
Yes.
I can go back to second. Now there's runners on first and second and nobody out. But the most important thing for those out there, base runners, when you're on second base, find the shortstop. Your third base coach is going to take the second baseman. We're not worried about the pick. They showed us on the first pitch what exactly they're doing. They're crashing. Find the shortstop. Get in his face. I want to feel you. What's going on, Curtis? You good?
Right.
Okay. The only way he can pick me is by running through me. If he runs through me, I get a free advance. But that way, like I said, I want to feel him.
You can
I
take
want
a
to hear
lead
Curtis
that deep.
As deep as you want to. You can take a lead to center field if you like. Now you could get picked off, but you can do that. They tell you to come deep, get right next to him. And as a shortstop, if we were reversed, if you do that, I'm going to play with you. I'm going to mess with you. You come back towards me, hey. Just to get you thinking I might go there because I have to beat you here. And if you're deep, you're changing my angle to third. I can't run straight across. The deeper you get, either I have to try to get you to come back or I'm going to have to stay screening. And as a third baseman, if you see the runner coming along with me and I'm looking like this, guess what? You're not making that throw. You are not making that throw. So there's a lot of things you could have done.
A lot of people are questioning Rob Thompson right now in terms of bunting at all. What do you guys think? You guys are still okay with the decision to bunt?
Dave Roberts said, we knew he was bunting. That's why they called the play. The reason they knew he was bunting is because you have stopped facing a lefty. He's 0 for 5 against them. His OPS against lefties on the season is that high.
It's like around 600, I think.
Yeah, you need to get the runner to third base. You need to get him 90 feet.
With no outs, and then you could put yourself. So you're saying it's less about the decision to bunt and more of the reading of the base running.
100%.
You can always go to
secondary,
second, and it could be first and second with no outs.
I can get as as far as I can. If I see the throw is going to beat me because he was out by a good ways, but at some point, one, I see the ball in the zone. I'm anticipating. He was taking his lead, the ball was coming in the zone, and he was breaking down to read if the bunt was going to get down. There's no reason to because there's no one at second. Even if he pops it up, guess what?
So it was
everybody,
the hesitation.
No one's going to be a
the
second.
issue.
Everybody's going to be in here trying to catch the ball, right?
Right.
There's nothing. He took a normal lead, just like a normal lead. Just here I am, just chilling. Okay, here comes the bunt, and he kind of gets there and does a normal lead stuff. Not any effort, really true, great effort to get to third. Easy. And even if you're just going to take, let's just say you just take a normal lead without going deep, but you always should. As soon as he breaks, knowing no one's there, run as far down as you can. If he gets back, stop. No one's at second base. You can walk to second base.
It's everything you're talking about right now is base running game plan.
Yes.
And that was also because you were a great base runner. You stole a ton of bases. Nick kind of looked like someone that hasn't had a game plan when it runs the bases like that.
And it looked like it didn't look like he had a game plan there.
Caused them.
Yeah.
And that was big. You can always go back.
All right.
There's no force. You can go back.
You can always have gone back to second.
Yes, whether it was game one or game two today, just kind of with Blake Snell on the mound, how do you approach just kind of taking in information to prepare you for a game three start?
ゲーム、1戦目と今日の2戦目、そこの情報っていうかゲームを見てどういうふうに、3試合目に生かしたいと思ってますか？
この2試合から得られる情報もあると思いますし、はい、また違う、自分ならではの作戦というか、なんて言うんだろう、自分のピッチングに合った作戦もあると思うので、どちらもしっかり分析しながら準備していきたいなと思ってます。
I think there are some like information stuff I can learn from these two games, and then also because my own in terms of my preparation, I'd like to utilize those information, and also, excuse me, and then my own game plan.
Okay. Next question, English. Nothing else? Okay. Wait, Kirsten, can you go again?
We've talked a lot about just Roki and the growth and development that he's had. How impressed have you been, just what you've seen from Roki Sasaki coming out of the bullpen right now?
佐々木投手のここまで見ててどういうふうに思いますか？
慣れない、位置だと思いますけど、すごく、なんていうんだろう、いい仕事をしていると思いますし、本人もすごくいい顔してプレーしているので、はい、すごく良かったなと思います。
I think, because it's a little bit difficult because of the difference from what he usually does. So, but I think so far he's been doing great. And then I can see his expression is pretty bright.
Okay, we're going to go to the right. Bill?
Yeah, what did you learn from last year's postseason experience? And how would you explain the difference between a regular season and a postseason game?
昨年のポストシーズンの経験を得て、今年レギュラーシーズンとこのポストシーズンの一番違いっていうところは何を感じてますか？
去年のポストシーズンからは、とにかくたくさんのことを学びましたし、それがマウンドでの落ち着きだったり、自分のプレーを、発揮できるっていう、なんていうんだろう、そういった準備、につながってると思いますし、シーズンももちろん一試合一試合全力で挑んでますけど、またポストシーズンになったら、より落とせない試合が続くので、準備の部分だったり、マウンド上がって、いろんなことが起こると思いますけど、その時にしっかり冷静でいられるように、心の、準備だったり、体ももちろんですけど、そういったところを大切にしたいなと思ってます。
I think I learned a lot from last postseason game. Then that experience has been helping me a lot, especially when I go out there and then how to handle the pressure and then how to stay composed. And then, because I think those experience from last year has been helping me a lot this year. And then I'd like to get myself ready for anything that comes my way.
I'm going to go back to the left to Jeff.
Yoshinobu, there have already been more split-fingered fastballs thrown this postseason than in any of the last 20 postseasons. What is it about the pitch, as someone who has thrown it his whole career, that you think makes it so increased in popularity and so effective?
過去20年のポストシーズンでのそのスプリットの使われる率っていうのが多くなってるんですけども、そこに関して、山本さんはどう思われますか？
難しいですけど、どうでしょうね。わかんないですけど、はい、スプリットは、いろんなバッターにすごく有効なボールだと思うので、なかなか他のボールだと、例えばカットボールとか、そういうのはなんていうんだろうな、すごい打つのがうまい。だから使えないっていうバッターが、よくいるんですけど、スプリットとかはどんなバッターにも、どんな状況にも、すごい投げやすいボールだと思うので、はい、そういったのが、この20年の結果につながっているのかなと思います。はい。
I think Splitty is more useful and then versatile to a lot of different types of hitters. And then I think it's compared to cutters, and then those are more like major league hitters, somehow more like used to it, how to handle it. So from that perspective, I think a splitter is very useful to, because overall across the league.
Okay, we're going to take one more here in English to the left. Fabian?
Yeah, was there a moment, whether it be last season or coming into this season, where your confidence level changed in your ability to attack major league hitters and you really felt comfortable with how you sort of go about attacking guys?
ここまでI'm sorry, can you repeat that first part?
Yeah, was there a moment, whether it be last year or coming into this year, where you really started to feel comfortable with who you are as a major league pitcher and your ability to attack these hitters?
そのメジャーのバッターに対しての対戦するときに自信のレベルっていうのはやっぱ去年とかと比べてやっぱ大きいですか？
そんな大きくは、変わってないんですけど、こうすればいいんだじゃないですけど、やることが明確に、分かってきたっていうのはすごく大きいなと思いますし、そういったところが、分かってきて、より自分の投球ができるようになったかなと思います。
The reason, because my level of confidence is up and much higher this year is I think I know how to attack them more with a clear mindset. Yeah.
Okay.
Roki, with your transition to the bullpen, every step has been something new for you to have to get ready so quickly, but then to come out, execute your pitches. Just how big was that for you personally?
ブルペンに入ってまた今回も新たな経験で、ウォーミングアップの時間とか、いろいろそういう難しいところを経験していると思うんですけども、今回もどういう感じでしたかと。
そうですね、前回登板よりは時間があったので、準備はできてましたし、マウンドに行ってちゃんとストライクが取れる準備ができたかなと思うので、良かったかなと思います。
I feel like this time around I did get enough warm-up pitches to be able to make sure that I can execute, so I felt actually okay.
Next question. Maybe anything else in English? We'll take one more. Kirsten on the side there on the left.
You guys now head back to Los Angeles, being up in this series. Of course, it's a 5-game series, a shorter one. Considering that, just what is the feeling amongst the group for yourself, just as you guys head back home to Los Angeles to hopefully put yourself in a position to close this series?
5戦2勝で、ディビジョンシリーズ勝てるチャンスがありますけども、チームの雰囲気とか、朗希自身はそこら辺どう感じてますか？
そうですね、先発ピッチャーが本当に毎回いいピッチングをしてくれるので、僕ができることはその状態で、試合を終わらせ締めるか、次のピッチャーにつなぐことだと思うので、しっかりいい準備をしてマウンドに行くことだけを考えています。
The starting pitching is doing an amazing job. results wise, and all I'm trying to do is hold the lead or finish the game.
You've had just off days within this series thus far, but do you feel like you're comfortable if you did have to go in a back-to-back outing?
オフがなかったら、連投っていうのがある、可能性あると思うんですけども、連投もできそうですかと。
そうですね。休みの日も強度高めに投げてみたりとか、感覚を試しながらいけそうだなっていう感覚はあります。
I actually do feel pretty good about being able to throw back-to-back games. On my off day, I threw with pretty good intensity and felt pretty good.